They really
Nintendo
did
don't
get.
play.
Okay, so
All
let
right,
me.
now I got to give the movie a 2 out of 10.
All right, let me get this bud back up.
I got to give the movie a 2 out of 10.
Jump on our. Yeah, they did get us, man. Nintendo be tripping, man. So, man, what? Anyway, welcome. The ninjas got us, man. Yeah, the ninjas got us. We up though. Are we back? Let me see. Yeah, we back. Yeah, man, they got us, bro. So I'm not showing no more of they stuff. But anyway, man, they got us good. They got us good.
So I got to take back my score. That movie is a 2 out of 10. It's trash. No, just like.
But yeah, man, did you get an email or a notification from? No, I didn't get nothing. Nope, not a thing. I thought not playing the sound we'd get through, but I guess not. But I bet it was the Peaches song that I played that probably got us. But no, I really enjoyed the movie. Now let's get into the critique a little bit. We kind of touched on it. My critique was only in that part where they get to the Mushroom Kingdom, and there seems to be little like overwhelmness from Mario. And I would say where it really missed me at, Keith, was when Princess Toadstool was ready to go confront Bowser, and Mario's like, "Take me," and she said, "I can't take you." And he said, "I'm going." So he said, "If you want to go, follow me." And they took him to the platform spot. I was like, wow, like that was just too quick, in my opinion. That should have been like, well, in the morning, I'm going to prepare you and get ready, get you a good night's sleep. They could have, to me, the movie could have used about 20 more minutes to make that understood and what was going on, and then paced on. And I think it would have been a 9.5, 10 for me. It was just that pacing was just, I was like, bro, this is pacing way too fast in these parts where I believe those who were not Mario fans are coming to the movies for the first time seeing this story would be lost at that point. Now, I don't think they would have stayed lost, but I think you would have been lost at that point. So it just didn't feel like that center part, that second act wasn't paced well. Everything else was fine. I would say also coming into Donkey Kong's area with the racetrack, you kind of see the Mario Kart thing going on, really not explaining all that. It was just kind of a little jarring, like, okay, or abrupt, so to speak, like just blop, 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 blop. And it's like, okay, I get it because I know what it is, but what if I didn't know what this was? How would I feel about it? And I had to be honest as a critic. I had to be honest, and I couldn't sit there in front. I was like, this pacing is not well. It's like it's going a little too fast, but they saved it. I think the second and third act was too overly paced, too quick, but then everything after that to the end was great. So the opening first act was great. Second and third act needed work and pacing. Fourth on to the end was great. That's kind of how it was for me.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying. Because the Rainbow Road just came out of nowhere.
Right, right.
They could have said something like, "Hey, this is the road that we have to take to get to where Bowser is," but that wasn't explained. Which at the end of the day, I'm still not going to change my score. I still feel like it's fine. Oh, there is one thing that I thought could have been better was when Mario and Donkey Kong fell off the Rainbow Road. I feel like they could have used a little bit more struggle to get back. I feel like it was just like too easy for them to get back into the fight.
Right.
You know,
Well,
they
yeah.
fell off, and
Yeah.
they could have, it could have took a little bit more for them to get to know each other. Could have, so on and so forth. And it seemed like they just came right back into it because, and it made sense for them to find the cart. But like, imagine if they were sitting there, scrounging and trying to look for something for a little bit long, like a few more minutes, and then oh look, it was just almost like it was like magic. Oh, here it is. This is how we get back. And it was cool seeing them fly off on the barrel.
Yeah, that
Just
was
having
dope. That was dope. Well, I knowing now, looking at it from hindsight, I get why they did it like they did it. Keeping it under 90 minutes allows them to have crazy amounts of showings. So I think making it shorter was very strategic in getting as many people in and out as possible. But I think the movie could have definitely used about 20 more minutes. Maybe 2 hours would have been perfect to tell a great story. I think 30 more minutes would have gave it the pacing that it needed. Like what you're talking about, there should have been more dialogue between Donkey Kong and Mario and their friends, and them coming to into fellowship with one another, and kind of getting past whatever they had, their beef that they had with each other. I thought the pacing with the training, leading into the training, could have been a lot better. Kind of giving him an overall breakdown of how the world works and where he is and why this is this way. And like all that could have been done within the 30-minute. And then I think it would have set everything up a little bit better. But the way this movie is doing, I could be absolutely tripping because the movie is a box office I don't even know how to quantify it. This movie is a box office smash. No puns intended. But so let's look at this real quick and then we'll move on to Zelda. So
I'll say this right quick before we move on to the numbers. I love the fact that they made him hate mushrooms.
Yeah, that was dope.
I don't know why that little touch wasn't. He hated mushrooms, but he did what he had to do. Yeah, I thought that was pretty dope. And I like the fact, and I love how they made the Super Mario version of himself, because in the game, you just get bigger because it's an extra hit if you get hit or whatever. So that's why you want it. But to see him actually get bigger, buffer, stronger, faster, I was like, yo, okay, now it actually makes more sense. Because, in the game, it's just an extra hit. So I actually love that.
Dang, wasn't with me and you on here by ourselves the last time the ninjas got us? What was we doing that time?
It was probably something with Nintendo. I don't know.
It was Nintendo. Yeah. It was definitely Nintendo related. So let me read some of these comments. So Nia said you could tell that they tried to keep the movie short. True. She also said they switched scenes with little exposition. Absolutely true. Dark Sun Rider said they said it was a shortcut to get to Bowser. Yeah, I remember that part. Peaches did say that she had a way to get there. And I don't think they was suspecting to run into the Koopas on their way there. But I do remember that part. I'm not going to admit to something. Well, I will. I'll admit to something. I did doze around this part once or twice.
What time did you see the movie? Was it late?
It was 7 o'clock. It wasn't late. Them doggone lazy boy seats get me every time, man. My wife bought me a double burger with fries. I was up there eating. The next thing I know, but anyway, it was a small part. I know I dozed, and it was around the Donkey Kong Mario Kart part, but it wasn't because the movie wasn't good. It was because I shouldn't have ate that big old fat juicy water dripping burger I ate. But anyway,
look at this man.
Yes, I did. Nia also said it was a shortcut narratively too. So she was kind of piggybacking on what Dark Sun Rider said. So let's look at this. So Super Mario Bros. Movie is the highest grossing video game movie ever. And it's the most grossing anime movie in a weekend ever. It outpaced Frozen 2, if I'm not mistaken. So, continue the momentum established by a series of hits in the month of March. Universal's The Super Mario Bros. Movie is raising the stakes at the global box office. The animated video game adaptation has already passed the 400 million mark worldwide in a week. This movie has passed up Marvel's Ant-Man. This movie is killing, bro. The film has made 240 million at the box office. Box office, an additional 194 million from overseas. So domestically has made 240 million, and overseas it has made 194 million for a global total of 434 million in about 6 days. Because I think that it was at 204 million on Sunday. So I think this is Monday and Tuesday. I'm pretty sure they don't have Wednesday and the rest of the week on here. The film is passing Universal's own Warcraft adaptation at 439 million worldwide as we speak, which means today it will be declared the highest grossing video game adaptation of all time at the global box office. Super Mario has already passed hit video game adaptation such as Detective Pikachu, which was 433 million globally, Rampage, which was 428 globally, Sonic the Hedgehog, which was 405 globally, and Uncharted, which was 401 globally. That was for the duration of the movie at the box office. Mario has already passed it in a weekend. That's bananas, retarded,
bro. That is a banana.
Super Mario debuted to record-breaking numbers on Wednesday. Yada 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 yada. Go ahead and that's what I want to get to. So this is the biggest opening ever for a video game adaptation. Stop trying to put it this word. This is the biggest worldwide opening for an animated film. That's what it should have said. This is the biggest worldwide opening for an animated film, ahead of Frozen 2, 358 million debut, and the biggest opening of 2023, ahead of Ant-Man, the Wasp, Quantumanium at 225 million globally. Now, this is what they're not telling you guys. This movie has yet to show in Japan.
Yep.
And a few other markets. It's already, do y'all not understand that they are projecting this movie to do, some are saying the movie possibly could do $3 billion. I don't believe that, but it's definitely going to do $1 billion plus. If it hasn't shown in Japan yet, and it's already broke Disney level records. It surpassed Frozen in a weekend. It surpassed Quantumania's entire box office debut and the duration it stayed at the movie theaters. Mario has surpassed that in a weekend and 2 days. This is retarded. This is why I want K-Bum on, because we were trying to tell K-Bum, this movie's going to be a problem.
Hey, as a Nintendo fan, we see these numbers, or not these numbers, but we see huge numbers for the games all the time compared to other games. And then Mario go off somewhere else and do crazy numbers. What can this man not do?
Right. I don't know. I mean, okay, the question is, what does this say about Mario? Does this say that Mario is a bigger character than what we think? Because
yes, so
it has to. Is Mario on level with Mickey Mouse?
Man,
I think it's something fair to say. Look, you don't do numbers like this just from video game fans. Now, don't get me wrong. You got 30 plus or 40 years of four generations of Mario fans. So I'm not going to front. They got a lot of fans, but to me it takes more than that group to make this movie do what it's doing. Now, I knew it was going to be successful just off of that group. But to me, this says this is more than that group. Because this is retarded. If this movie ends up doing almost $2 billion, do y'all not know how many more adaptations and they're going to do it right like the MCU did? They also talking about that this is supposed to be like an MCU for the Mario universe.
You want to take 5 minutes to talk about it for a second?
Go ahead. Let's talk about it.
I'm gonna ask you, where do you think they should go? Where do you think they should go?
For me,
here? Yeah,
I think they should follow this up with another Mario movie.
Okay, I agree.
I don't think you should test the waters again with Mario, which I think the ending of this particular movie sets that up well. And then what I'm hearing is that there's supposed to be a Zelda animated movie in works. That's been verified. That's not rumored. That's actually been verified that Zelda is in production. So I don't know. I mean, to me, I think a follow up to this one would be the better step. Follow this up, and you know, and then but at the same time, I don't know what you think.
So I 100% agree with make another Mario movie. Don't try to spin off and make the Donkey Kong movie yet. Don't do the Luigi's Mansion. Don't do any of that. hold the Zelda movie. Stick with Mario, because I can kind of already see where this may go. Since Mario and Luigi have literally moved to the Mushroom Kingdom, that's where they live now. And then we get Yoshi, even though we saw Yoshi's in the movie, but at the end we got the egg on Easter. So you got the egg, but that egg is in Brooklyn. So I can see them having to go. I can see them having to go back to Brooklyn to try to stop this dinosaur because he is just Yoshi does what? Eats. So he's going around harmlessly eating everything, and he's being a terror. So now they got to go get him back to the Mushroom Kingdom. That's what I think is going to happen in the next movie. Who's the big bad? I don't know.
That's interesting. No I did find that kind of puzzling that he was in the actual real world, not the animated world. And you make an interesting point. I didn't think about that with Yoshi, that he eats up everything and stuff like that. And possibly somebody may find him, and I don't know. That's an interesting take. That is, and I did like how they played with Mario them living in the Mushroom Kingdom, but yet going back to the real world. Like, they set it up well to whatever they're gonna do in this next movie. So that's what I think. I think that's what they should do. Now, there's some Easter eggs of all the games that Nintendo make. Again, if they're going to make some other movie adaptations of Nintendo games, give me two that you think they should do. We named Zelda that we think is already in production. What else? What other franchises that Nintendo has should become a movie? Give me 2 to 3.
Okay, before I say that, I do want to say I think, and you've already said it, I think every movie has to be animated to ultimately make a Smash Brothers movie. All right, let's go. Two that I would like to see, F-Zero and Star Fox.
F-Zero, Star Fox.
I think the reason you will want to see them because those are the two games that haven't really been they're like top tier still Nintendo games, but I think they haven't been around and people don't know. And I think that would be crazy to see a F-Zero movie. People probably wouldn't even know that was a Nintendo property. And then Star Fox, I mean, it's animatronics. Like, who wouldn't want to see Fox McCloud flying in space? And I think they can have a lot of fun with that. Okay. So those would be the two.
You got a third one or just two? Because I stick with two.
Do I have a third one? If I could have one more Nintendo movie, no, I'm gonna stick with those two. I probably could. Probably when we get off podcast,
I got a third one, which we saw a lot of it in this movie, but I got a third one.
Oh, what you talking about?
Luigi's Mansion, bro.
Oh,
They definitely
I
could
was
do a
trying. I was
spin-off
trying to
movie,
stay
man.
away. I was trying to stay away
Okay.
from that, but yeah.
All right, so let me give two then. So I think a Punch Out movie will be
Oh
retarded.
my God, yes,
That I was like, man,
yes.
a Little Mac becoming the world champion, facing off against the Sandman or whomever, Mister. I think that would be a awesome movie.
And give Michael B. Jordan a cameo.
It could, it possibly could. I'm just saying, like Little Mac to me is the perfect. It got great villains, great story. Little, David against Goliath. You know what I'm saying, against all odds. I think they can really play with that. Him coming from humbling beginnings and being like this Rocky-like figure. Like it's so much they can do with Punch Out. And then the other one.
Before you say it, I gotta ask you, Level.
Yeah.
Punch Out or Mike Tyson's Punch Out?
No, Punch Out. No, I don't want Mike Tyson.
You don't want Mike Tyson?
No, I don't want Mike
think-
Tyson.
Oh, no.
I think
Okay.
Mike Tyson to take away. He too big of a. No, just Punch Out. Just
Okay.
Punch Out.
Okay.
Just stick with Super Macho Man and Sandman and all them. So. And my other movie, man, which was actually who Mario was playing on the Nintendo in the movie, is Kid Icarus.
Yeah,
I think a Kid Icarus movie would be dope as well.
that would be dope.
So now with Zelda coming, I doubt they'd do a Kid Icarus. I believe we're going to transition to Zelda here in a second. I believe Anuma and them should take on the Zelda franchise. I mean the Kid Icarus franchise if they want to take a break from Zelda and make a Kid Icarus movie. I mean a Kid Icarus game with what they do with Breath of the Wild and Zelda. What could they do with Kid Icarus? So anyway.
They could use the old Zelda formula.
Right. Yeah.
Because the old Zelda formula still works. I still like it, but I don't want to play Zelda like that no more.
No.
I want Breath of the Wild level Zelda now. I don't want to go back.
Speaking of Breath of the Wild, okay. Before we go on, I see some comments in here. DJ Fanatic, a first name basis, said, and they just getting started too. You right. That's right. They are getting started. All right. So who else in here? Nia said Mario Kart. Okay. All right. They can definitely do that, and that can kind of spin into F-Zero. A Mario Kart could probably be a catalyst for bringing F-Zero in. I think the next movie is going to be some variation of a Yoshi movie, but in the Mario universe. That's how they're going to bring Yoshi in. That's why I didn't say Yoshi. Because that's basically what they're doing pretty much going to be doing in the second movie. Any other franchises we not thinking about that could be a good movie?
That could be a good one. I really want that Star Fox, honestly.
Okay, Star Fox.
I really do.
Star Fox would definitely be dope.
And obviously Donkey Kong.
Well, them all, them coming. Donkey Kong's gonna happen. So
the one that we're not seeing kind of dancing around in this Metroid. I mean that's kind of obvious, but I kind of would want to hold off on Star Fox cross Metroid. Okay,
this is why I'm going to say why I didn't say Metroid. Because I don't know if I really want an animated Metroid movie. If they're going to do Metroid, I think Metroid should be real. It has to be real. I think that's the aesthetic Samus gives off a real person, more so than the animated universe to me. All the other ones will work. Zelda is another one that can easily be real. But if they choose to do it anime, I'm looking forward to seeing what path they choose to go, because that's another one. Those two I would want to see as real movies. Every other one I'm saying I want animation. Period.
But okay, so we got the what's the Pixar movie Lightyear.
Yeah,
that has that grittiness, but it's still anime.
I didn't like it.
Okay.
It. Nah,
okay.
It in Lightyear was terrible as a movie. It was a terrible movie. It just didn't work. It didn't work. And it ain't because it's supposed to be real. It's supposed to be what it was. It just wasn't a good movie. But I don't want to see Metroid like that. I want to see Metroid a real person. I do. I want to see Metroid, or I want to see Zelda. Link. I want Link to look like the elf dude in Lord of the Rings. What was his name?
I know you're talking about. I didn't watch Lord of the Rings.
I want him to look like that dude. I want him to be like that, and that's Link. And that, to me, that works. But anime works too. But them two characters, I actually want to see a real life adaptation. But I know that's harder to do and harder to control than anime. So that's why I didn't say those two. To me, Punch Out, animation all day. You cannot do that in real. It got to be animation. And man, I would love to see that.
They could tell a really good, deep, heartfelt story with that too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Punch Out, Little Mac can be a real triumphant, real, can draw some emotions when he, because Sandman, and So anyway, any more thoughts on Mario?
Well, I just got one last question so we can move on to Zelda.
Yeah.
Are we sticking with Illumination?
You know what?
Did they prove themselves?
I don't think they did a bad job at all. I think the animation was dope. I think, let me tell y'all something, man. DreamWorks and Illumination is not joking right now.
Right.
Like, some of the best animated movies y'all be thinking is Disney, but you could go watch Puss in Boots 2 and tell me that animation in that movie is not some of the best animation you ever seen. DreamWorks did Kung Fu Panda. DreamWorks movies and Illumination movies are not bad looking. Pets is a good looking movie. Pets are good looking. I like Pets. I don't know why I don't know who don't like Pets. I love Pets, especially the first one.
Somebody said they didn't like that dog in the they looked like a leftover Pets in the Mario movie.
He did. It looked like, it did. But that dog had me cracking up, bro, especially when he jumped out that window. Mario was just, dude, seeing Mario be an actual man, like, he didn't come off, he came off, like, I don't know, it just made him feel totally different. Like, I'm like, I like Mario, but I liked Chris Pratt's manly man, don't back down from nobody Mario. I like that, man. I was like, I'm digging this. I wasn't expecting him to be. It just felt weird hearing Mario talk, and he talked like we talk. He talked trash. He was talking trash. So he said, "Back up off of him, Koopa. Leave her alone, Bowser." I was like, "Oh my God, this is crazy." So anyway, that cat suit was a little goofy, but I did like how he whooped Donkey Kong up.
Man, the theater was like, when he hit the ground, he was like, "Ooh."
Yeah. So anyway, okay, so we got to move on. So of course, as y'all can see, Keith got me. I was excited. Now I'm smiling ear to ear. I guess I enjoyed the movie a lot more than I enjoyed it, but it's still 8 out of 10. It's still 8 out of 10. 8.5. 8 out of 10. I can't get 8. But when I see it again, I may go up. But okay, so this has been a Nintendo week, and we got to talk about this trailer. Now I'm scared that I'm gonna get Nintendo chopped if I play it again.
Don't play it.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it up, but I'm not gonna play it. I'm going to fast through it because there's things
Mario. You fearless.
Well, hey, we here. We got to do it. So, in the comment section, let me know what y'all thought about the Breath of the Wild. I mean, not Breath of the, but Tears of the Kingdom trailer. So, Keith, we got a lot to talk about here, bro. We got a lot to talk about here. So, of course, Nintendo being smart business people, seeing all the hype that they are generating, and I know a lot of people say Nintendo does. I believe wholeheartedly Nintendo like, man, let's drop this trailer right now amongst all this hype. Let's drop it. I think it was smart, and it just kept the buzz going around them. Nintendo gave us some goodness today. Let me see if how I can forward through the. Yeah, I can forward. So today we got to see the latest and last trailer of Zelda. And Fanatic already talking. That final Zelda trailer was a bang. Yeah, it was. We here. Let's get excited. I'm excited. Let's talk about this trailer. All right, stop, man. Stop getting me hyped up over here, DJ Fanatic.
You brave for this one.
I'm not playing it. I'm fast forwarding through it. I'm not playing it. I want to play it. Can I say fair use? You think I can get away with fair use?
Nintendo don't care. They can't. They say I don't speak that English.
Okay. So, man, there is a lot in this trailer. Now, again, I love Zelda's universe, but I'm not as familiar with all the lore, all the names. I'm kind of more of a play it and enjoy it without really diving into the deeps and depths of everything I'm seeing. But I don't know. This time around, your boy is kind of like going geek nerd with it. There is a lot happening in this trailer. Let me know what y'all felt about the trailer. I see Dark Sun Rider said it was fire. I didn't need it. Personally, I was already sold. Maybe someone else did, though. But I didn't need it. I didn't need it at all. But you doggone right. It was fire. This trailer was crazy. So anyway, Keith, so it opens up because I can't play it. And y'all, everybody's seen it. It opens up to you kind of in the clouds. And the graphics, you could tell that this game has been definitely touched up. Can you tell that, Keith?
Yes, just a little bit. I think it's still 900p, but just a little bit.
Okay. Nia said I kind of didn't watch it. Nia, why didn't you kind of not watch it? Didn't deeply, not that deeply, because I want to go in fresh. I feel you, Nia. Okay.
I want to touch on what Nia's saying. I'm kind of like I'm with her. Because there's so much going on in this story that I kind of don't want to go and thinking like, oh yeah, that's that thing from that trailer. I don't want to do that because I think it was me and her. We was talking. This is when Breath of the Wild was coming out. I don't know what platform we were talking on, but we were excited. And then Breath of the Wild came out, and the way they told that story, just the way, not the story itself, but just the way it was kind of flat. Mm-hmm. So I kind of just want to go in fresh as well. You've been sending a lot of stuff that has piqued my interest. I'm not even gonna lie. The stuff that have been sending me, I'm like, all right, that is kind of interesting,
bro.
But I've been trying to just keep it neutral. But man, that stuff, like I didn't even think about some of the stuff you were saying. But
man, I got some stuff to say on this one. Also, it's Nia again. Also, it is it me or did I see a new race of characters? We saw a lot in this trailer. So it opens up, and you kind of overseeing the skyward lands in the sky, overseeing, the land of Breath of the Wild lands or whatever, Hyrule. I don't know what to call it now. Is that Hyrule? I don't think it's all Hyrule. But you're looking over the land that you're going to be traversing. So, of course... Yes. You looking, and it's kind of giving you an overview, the floating islands and the whole nine, looking immaculate. You seeing these what they call these things. They got a name for these particular beasts. They you see them chopping down a tree right here.
Oh, those.
What they call them? They got a name. I can't think of the
name.
You
can see the name in the last gameplay explanation.
Right? Yeah. I don't have it up. I should have wrote some of this stuff down. But anyway, you see all that, and then you see our boy Link
coming in hot.
In like a beast. And you know what? He kind of got some Kid Icarus design to him if you think about it. But anyway, let me stop wishing for a Kid Icarus game. But he come through just diving at 30,000 feet above the earth, just diving in like he Captain America or somebody coming through. You seeing, man, you see the world. You can kind of see the draw distance. You seeing the hieroglyphs. You seeing these red, all this stuff with malice coming out of it. You see, and then the logo hit, and he opens his arms, and he kind of He just lets you know, yeah, I'm here, and we about to do this on May 12th. It is going downs, and I got to go out of town that weekend, so I may be taking a switch.
ain't no maybe to it.
All right. My wife gonna be upset. Like, we got to go to this graduation. Well, I'm gonna be there in spirit. So anyway, you see the Tears of the Kingdom logo, the dragons and the sword and the Zonai, all the stuff. You see it, right? So it kind of starts off real docile, real, you know what I'm saying, uninforming, not it ain't aggressive. It's just kind of just a dope drop in. So we keep going. He hit his power glide, his power sail or whatever, and he floating. He lands on the ground, and they letting you know this is not Breath of the Wild. The visuals are here, folks. You can tell that they have updated these visuals. This was my concern, Keith. I don't know if it was yours. My concern after going back and trying to find that little area that I had never been in, turning that game back on, I was like, I hope they touch this stuff up. But it seems that they have. If you really look at the draw distance and the clarity, they have done a good job with the visuals here. This is not Breath of the Wild visually. What do you think?
I agree. There was one scene that I just saw that I think he was walking through the town and people had their tents.
Yeah,
or something
I'm getting
like
there. I'm getting there. So let me kind of see.
My bad. I'm watching.
No, you good. So he running through the pasture. You come to this first, you kind of see this. Where is this? They had where this is. See, that's where I'm not like everybody else. I don't even be paying no attention. I live in a town I've been living in all my life, and I still don't know half these streets.
I feel like this is a little familiar. I feel like this may be that town where you had to
Kokoree Village or something like that.
No, I feel like I had to walk some blue light or something. I remember walking like some blue light and had to light some candles or torches or something like that. Oh, I think you were getting. Were you getting the what's the arrow for the kill the Guardians?
Oh, so you go up there to that house with the big telescope.
Yeah.
Now I don't remember what that was called, but I know what you're talking about.
This might not be it. But then there's a little indication on the left side where it's like this tower. So yeah, that might be a good point to look for.
Nia in the clutch. She got it down there. What'd she say?
I can't read that.
Hate to know village. Look, y'all. I'm sorry. Some of this stuff it go in one ear and out the other when I'm playing these games. I don't really be retaining all the Hatino. Hate to know, hot to know. Anyway, y'all see it down there. Thank you, Nia, coming through the clutch. All right, so we keep going. Let me kind of slow it up because it's trying to jump a little too ahead. We get here, you kind of start to see like this development, like they repairing some stuff. You see these Hylian tents, and to me, this is kind of showing that they rebuilding. What Nintendo is trying to show us is you're going to see a world being rebuilt over the course of this game. So you seeing a world that was ravished by war. I believe you started to see the civilization and everything being built back up. All these tore up landmarks and buildings and different things.
That's in front of the castle, isn't it?
This is around.
I would assume so.
This was around. I can't remember exactly where this was. Where you go and you get your hearts and all that for the first time you get upon her. I think. Remember that? I think this is some of that area. I'm not for sure, but do you remember this back here? This big circle thing, we finna go to it in the next scene. I don't remember this. Do you remember this in Breath of the Wild? This right here? I don't remember that. It's in the next scene. I'm a little ahead of you. It should pop up here in a second. I don't remember what that is. I don't remember seeing that. Some say that may have fell out the sky. I'm not sure. I really want to.
Yeah, I've never seen it before.
Okay. And you can really see graphically that this game looks a lot better. You can literally see it. So anyway, it's really, man, I want to play this trailer, but I don't want to get shut down.
No.
So it's just kind of just showing you the land and other things like that, and then we started getting into the meat, right? I think this is the area that I end up finding. I think that's that trifle, something like that. You kind of see this tornado kind of bury up in the sky. Let's continue. So then you get over here into the desert area. Is it the Grudo? Is it Grudo? Huh?
I think it's Gerudo.
Gerudo. You get over to the Gerudo, and you start to see this thing coming out, this kind of disruption in the sands, and then you begin to see this structure lifting up out of the sands. I may play a little bit of it.
No,
anyway,
I
did. I played a little bit of it. So you kind of see a little bit of this right here happening. Yeah, I'm stopping it every second. And it's kind of coming up. You see that right there. So you can kind of imagine the music is building up. It's getting a little hype. And what Nia says, right, I don't remember that. Okay, yeah, I didn't remember that circle thing either. So you get over here and you seeing the sky, stuff falling from the sky. You seeing, and I believe that is not the same thing that we saw going on in the Gerudo Desert. This is actually the castle. So they kind of blended this with this over here with this is two different places. This is Nintendo, to me, playing tricks, blending two different areas, being lifted up out the ground and as if it's one scene, but it's really not. This is a whole different structure, and this is the castle doing the same thing, lifting up from the ground with Malice under it. So this probably is somewhere later in the game. I don't think this is how this starts off. You know what it reminds me of, Keith?
What's that?
Ocarina of Time. Remember when you go into the future and the castle has been transformed by Ganondorf and you can't access it? Yeah, it's floating.
Yeah.
So this is what I think we're seeing. I think we're seeing, my theory is this is a future. This happens in the future. This doesn't happen at the beginning of the game. Somewhere in the middle of the game or when you come across Ganon, this happens as he takes over. Like somewhere you fail, somewhere he overcomes in some capacity, and this is what's happening. Just like in Ocarina of Time, that's kind of what happened. They get us? Are we down? No, we still up. I'm still looking at it.
Still up.
Doc, for that,
DJ, man, don't be messing with us, man.
Stop yourself. You had me scared. We both stopped like, what, we gone? Anyway, so, yeah, we still live. Okay, so that was kind of, and then you get into this scene right here. And this were my theories, and I'm seeing other people starting to say it, but Keith, you can attest. I said this early this morning, didn't I?
Yeah, he did.
This is one of two things.
I wasn't trying to hear him. I was like, nah, he's trying to spoil it for me. I don't want to know. Now I'm gonna be looking for it.
This is either Ganon transforming into like a Demise, a cross between Demise and himself, or bro, this is Demise. I'm trying to go slow with it, but I don't know why it's not showing it. This to me is Demise. I can't get it to the scene I want to get it to. It ain't skipping there. But if you look at the arms, it's scarily like Demise arms was. The robe that he wearing is like Demise robe, and it's not like what Ganondorf wears. This looks like Demise to me. Now, it could be Ganondorf transforming into Demise or some version of Demise, but this is not the typical Ganondorf that we're going to see later on in this trailer. So this got now this is why I say this. You know that the Master Sword is not just damaged, it's broke.
True.
And you know that in Skyward Sword, the goddess sealed Demise by the Master Sword. The Master Sword seals demise. The Master Sword is broke. So this, and now we know that Ganondorf is a incarnated. Yeah, near the scene they're talking about is Ganondorf with the. But Ganondorf I'm saying there. He's there, but this right here,
this ain't Ganondorf.
This ain't Ganondorf. This okay. My theory is this is either Ganondorf transforming into like a demise, like a final form. Look at the background with the red moon. This may be This may be demise reincarnating through Ganondorf in full form, or this may be like in Ocarina of Time when Ganondorf transformed into that beast, and it's gonna look like demise. One of the two. This is either demise or Ganondorf is gonna end up looking close to demise. That's my theory. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so, all right. So, Keith, do you got anything to say? Any thoughts on that?
No, but after you said it, I did go and look up the because I couldn't remember Skyward Sword for the life of me, and I'm not going to buy that game again like you did. But and oh man, that fight was so epic. Even though it was short and easy, but that was a good fight. Yeah. But yeah, I see what you're saying because
I wish I could.
If the Master Sword, but what about is it Faye?
Where's she? Either Fee or Faye.
Shouldn't she come back too, telling you everything that you need to know every 5 seconds?
No, I don't want that. So, all right, so I don't even know where to go with that one. Skyward Sword was so underrated. Yeah, it was. But for some reason, I can't play through it again.
I don't want to. Yeah, it was a really good game though, but I don't want to play through it again.
All right, so this is, of course, this is the scene where Zelda falls and Link is trying to catch her. You see the hand, and I want y'all to pay attention to this because I noticed something else. Right? So this is the hand of Link. So this is after the calamity had kind of corrupted or damaged his hand. All right. Of course, he's not successful. She falls. I don't know what that is right there. I don't know. But anyway, so she falls and something begins to glow right here. Don't know what that really is. Then all of a sudden, all this begins to happen in the Gerudo sand areas. All these pits start to open up. Of course, you remember in Skyward Sword, it said Demise brought all his demons and imps and all that from the underworld. This could be indication that something unfortunate happened to Zelda, which has opened the door for the underworld to kind of come to the surface in a more dominant way. I'll give you a chance to get some thoughts, Keith. I'm just rambling. Do you got any thoughts?
Listen, I haven't really thought as deep about this as you have. When Zelda's falling, the only thing I could think of is what you're probably going to allude to is that she's transforming. Her true power is awakening because she's close to death. I don't know. I don't know what that means or what's happening to Zelda. I don't know if that's early on, early on in the game, because that's what we saw. But then what's her hair look like? Can you go back a little bit?
Okay.
Let me look at her hair.
Her hair is kind of, and that's why everybody trying to say
she got short hair now.
But it's wrapped. Look at it's kind of braided in certain spots. So, but it does kind of look short though. I won't front.
No, well, what I was trying to allude to was that at the end of Breath of the Wild, they go off on an adventure. We didn't really get that in the DLC like I thought we were going to get. So I'm assuming that this is early on, and based on what she said later on, we're going to get to. So I think this is early on, but then Link already got that hand. I don't know.
Let me just keep going, and I'm gonna kind of give my theory. See, I believe. Okay, I give it now. I believe that this is not the early on scenes, but it's somewhere like the second act of the game is somewhere around there. The trigger, the events of the ground opening up and all that. I believe that he's going to be normal in the beginning, and she's going to be normal, and whatever. But somewhere this happens, which triggers all this other stuff to start happening.
Or
I could be wrong.
They're on their way back from what they just did.
Or that too. But it's. I don't think this is the first. I don't think you start here. I don't think this is how you start. But I could be wrong. Actually, I haven't thought that far, so I'm kind of off the cuff on that. so okay, this is Link running in what I believe to be Death Mountain. Inside of Death Mountain, and you see all this real development in here. And so, this kind of indicates some type of dungeon styleness to this game. And we just kind of hitting the tip of the iceberg. I wish I could just play it, but I can't. So now, Keith, this scene right here really, this scene with the boat took me back to Ocarina of Time. Remember the boat that was in Ocarina of Time inside of the Gerudo?
Yeah.
Remember the boat? So I'm like, okay, what's going on here, man? This boat comes out of nowhere in this sandstorm or this storm above the skies. There's this boat kind of going around it, flying, and there's another boat down here, and there's another boat right there. And you see Link right here. I'm like, Lord, what is going on? This why I was geeking out. So I'm like, dude, this is giving me some vibes of a cross between Ocarina of Time, Twilight Princess, and Skyward Sword. Like all kind of brought into Breath of the Wild universe. And like, to me, this is like, what is this? Because there's nothing like this in Breath of the Wild. Nothing like what we've seen in these trailers today is in nothing in Breath of the Wild is anywhere near this. In my opinion.
Skies for Arcadia vibes.
Yeah, this is on some other stuff. Nia said, I want this game. I do too, Nia. This is on some other stuff, man. So you see this boat then you see Link falling through. Okay. Let me make sure I'm going right. Okay. You get the boat scene. Then you see Link jumping into like this ball of water, like he got zero gravity, like he walking in space. I don't know if you paying attention to, dude. This is breaking all of the traditional aesthetics of Zelda. This is not Zelda-like. This is sci-fi, man. This is on some other stuff. So let me see what Nia said. It's interesting seeing traditional Zelda Easter eggs in this trailer because Breath of the Wild distanced itself so much from the others. True. That's a good point, Nia. Dark Sun Rider said, peace, y'all. I'll catch the rest tomorrow. Always good to catch up with y'all. All right, Dark Sun.
That's good, man.
And take good night on tonight. I'm going to try to wrap this up. It was so much to cover, man. With Mario and now Breath of the Wild, it's just I'm just geeking. So you see Link jumping into this orb of water. It's just on some freaky stuff, and he floating in the water. He kind of takes on a posture of swimming. So I think this suggests that there probably be some swimming in the game with this new animation, because that's not in Breath of the Wild. You don't see any of this in Breath of the Wild. This doesn't even feel like this doesn't feel like Breath of the Wild at all. But I like it. So this is the part that kind of this Mission Impossible. You remember that part, Keith?
Hey, I was literally just thinking, I was like, that's some Mission Impossible stuff right there. Right.
So one theory I heard, this may be that tunnel or that pit in what's the what's the group that works with Zelda? Not the Zonai, but
I couldn't even begin to tell you who.
The group that made the Sheikah. All right, you got the
Oh,
Sheikah.
the Sheik. Okay.
And then you got the other group that shows up and fights Link all the time. They used to be Sheikah, but they kind of the yoga. Is it the yoga?
That sounds the clan, something clan.
Yoga clan, Yogi clan. Anyway,
yeah.
Some people theorize that that's that bottomless pit that they had in their secret hideout. I don't believe that, but that's what some are saying. I think that's a stretch.
Let me look at it.
The Yiga, I think it's the Yiga clan.
Yiga, that sounds right.
I think it's a Yiga clan. Yeah, that's what it is. Nia just put it up. The Yiga clan. So, but I don't believe that theory. I think this is something else. But you see, Link has he has a contraption on, man. That's I can't get it to go where I wanted to go. But anyway, so
I'm waiting for you to get to one scene.
Okay, so I'm trying to hurry up, man. You see all this orbs, man. It's just a lot in this trailer, bro. Yeah. So what do you think about this scene with Link riding on the horse with the spear in his head, swinging it over his head?
We going to war.
Heart and soul. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, Heart and Soul. Yeah, it's the Yiga clan. All right, so I'm trying to get through this because it's almost 10 o'clock. I'm trying to wrap this thing up. All right, so
folks look like farmers out there.
Yeah,
they trying to protect themselves.
So here's an interesting scene right here. Trying to get back. You seen Link coming up on this thing, and in my opinion, Link arm is not messed up in this scene. Don't get me, Nintendo. Don't get me. I'm trying to play it.
No.
Link arm is Link arm messed up in that?
Is it his right hand? That's the one with the power.
I think so. So it looked like it may be. It looked like he may got malice on his arm. I can't tell that, but you see some type of Sheikah slate hooked into something. This is nuts, man. This is a lot going on here. So you see this, you see that, and then you get to this character right here. Now, is this what you want to see?
Yeah, who is that? What's going on?
I don't have no idea.
Is this Sheik?
Zelda well, Sheik. I would say
Zelda
this.
Sheik.
It has the same clothing and jewelry that Zelda has on. Now, Nintendo is being real slick with the hair covering up the earrings because that'll let us know for sure that. But this jewelry suggests that this is the same. Whoever Zelda is with Zelda this looks like the same stuff Zelda has on. So I'm thinking this is these folks are with Zelda. I could be wrong, but that's what it looks like to me. She doesn't look like a villain, but she looked like.
You think that's Zelda?
No, I don't think it's Zelda. But the dude got green eyes, and they do got that teardrop over her nose. Zelda got them tears under her eyes. But I think Ania says I think it's a new race. I think this may be the Zonai. I think this may be the Zonai group that nobody knows about.
I think that's a mask for sure. That's definitely a mask.
You think it's a mask?
Yeah, I don't think that's their face.
What makes you feel like it's a mask?
Yeah, I feel like that's a mask.
Man, it look like that's her face, bro. But maybe. It look like that's her face to me, but I don't know. She got horns that's kind of in her hair. I don't know, man. I don't know what that is, but it's dope. I tell you that. Now, this was what kind of, this right here. Okay, you see Link. This scene right here. What the heck is this? What is this?
A Gundam.
Bro, and you're in somewhere. This is not outside. This is in somewhere.
Well, tell him, but we already saw Link can make contraptions to basically do Gundam style fighting.
Right.
Zord style fight.
Right. I
You
don't
know,
know. But remember he had a sword with the same type of artwork. The same type of art. He had a sword in his hand with the same looking, the same color, the same everything. I'll pause it when we get there. I'm trying to rush through. Again, here, Link, I don't think his arm is damaged here.
that's the part that's thrown me off because
Yeah, man.
that must be later on in the game.
It may or it could be a flashback, but he in some palace. This is the Hellenian power. You see the Triforce and all this stuff. Boy, it's a lot going on here. So I'm not gonna be able to theorize on all this stuff because I don't know. But here's Zelda with the white garb on. Here's them egg like things you seeing on all the things in the sky, and her earrings, the whole nine. Let me see. I didn't mean to do a deep dive like this. Here's the Master Sword. This got to be earlier on because the Master Sword is together. To me, this is a flashback. Looking at where the Master Sword is, you see the tree. This is a flashback. I don't think this is. I think this is something from the past. Who the heck is this person? They don't show the face.
Zent.
I thought Zent too, but look at that. I want you to pay attention to something. Look at his hand.
Mm-hmm.
Who else hand look like that?
Samuel Jackson. I'm playing.
I'll move it over for the people in the thing. That's what Link's hand looks like.
After he got that power.
After he get that power, so I thought the Twilight too, but what is going on with this hand, bro?
And Zelda does not look like she's in distress. She looks like whoever she's talking to, she knows them and respects them. And there's no fear here, from what I can tell.
Well, look at this face. Don't this look? Matter of fact, just let's. That looks like Twilight. That look like the Twilight people. Look at the face on the shirt. Now that ain't his face or her face, but if that doesn't look like Zant, I don't know what does.
Oh, what's the girl name? No, that's a dude. That's a man, right? No, that was a man talking.
Yeah, that was a man talking, but it looked like Zant. It looked like what's her name from Twilight Princess? The Twilight Princess. What was her name? Her brother Zant was the villain, and that looks like Zant, like that race.
Because didn't he turn it over a new leaf at the end?
I don't remember. It's been a while since I played Twilight Princess. But anyway, y'all see that hand? That looks like Link's hand. Link's hand looks the exact same way. And it's the right hand, too, if you notice it. Minda. That, thank you. Niggas like, why do y'all can't remember that? Yeah, Minda.
Listen, I can't remember none of that stuff.
Yeah, so let's keep. So look at the jury on his arm. That's the same stuff Link has on his. Man, I'm gonna look it up in a second. Of course, she talks about Link being the last hope. No, he killed himself when he realized Ganondorf used it. That's right, so did. He killed himself. At least we think. What the heck? Okay, what the heck is this, bro? What is this Death Star moon contraption floating in the sky, bro? What is this? This, man, there's so much in this game. This doggone trailer, bro. He snapped his own neck to kill Ganondorf. Right. All right. So you got, man, it's too much, Keith. It's just too much. And
let's get to the good one. The one that you said could be Zelda.
Okay. So yeah, y'all. Yeah. I want to deal with this. I think that's more proof of dungeons. This thing right here was crazy. This, whatever this is right here. Nia Zelda was definitely went sci-fi. Whatever this spider ice, they say it's a dragon. I don't believe that's a dragon. It got too many legs on it to be a dragon, but it's something that flies. That's what I think it is. Man. Then you see.
So we see Link get the power. Oh wait,
This is Zelda. All right, so look at Zelda. Here's the tear right here. And this tier's supposed to have the whole not rewind, but what is that power?
recall.
Recall. That's the symbol for recall. But it's yellow instead of the color of what Link has. Yeah, it looks like an ice spider, dark hardened. It looks like something like that. So let's keep going. Then you see, of course, the red malice with Ganon. He see his troops. You see the man. They coming up. You see the malice grab the sword of Link. Goes up his arm. So I believe this is later into the story. I don't believe this happens at the beginning. It may happen at the beginning. It may. But you see the Master Sword getting consumed in malice.
That's probably how it breaks.
I think that's how it breaks. You see Ganondorf arm, and his brother is huge. This brother is huge, man. Is some racism going on here? Why Ganondorf has to be dark skinned, y'all? Anyway, let me stop. Let me not do that. I'm messing. So Nia, this is what you was talking about right here with the thing in his head. Is that where his power Triforce of power? Think it's in his head?
This is. It might be in his hand though.
Well, Zelda's it could be in his head.
Cause she's wisdom, but he could be.
It could be in his head. I mean, they could, I don't think it has to be in his hand, dude. But anyway, he looks dope. But as you can see, the hair is not like what I showed y'all from earlier. It's not the same hair.
But then again, if you let's put a theory out there. So let's say he comes back and he's not at full strength. He knows his full strength lies within the Master Sword, so he takes the Master Sword to try to break it. Link doesn't want to let go, so he gets whatever power that Ganondorf just gave him, and it gets stuck on him because he doesn't want to let go of the Master Sword. Like he's holding on to it for dear life, so it breaks. Your theory, Demise comes out now. That whatever Ganon and Demise is at full power. I don't
know. I know in the first trailer we ever seen, remember the green hand grabs Link's damaged arm? And it had that same hand jewelry on that the dude that put his hand on Zelda's shoulder had on. So I don't know, man. It's a lot still out here.
Could be the Zonai.
Yeah, I think that's Zonai stuff, but Ganondorf looks retardedly dope.
I want you to talk about this one scene that you
see now y'all see Link's hand right there. Remember what I showed y'all with the dude that put his hand on Zelda. It's the exact same hand style with the same jewelry. Everything's the exact same. So whoever that is, okay. So here we go, Keith. All right. So there's this is really quick.
Yeah, you gotta catch it right at the right moment.
Right here is this person that has on the exact same stuff that Zelda has on, same green eyes, same thing on her forehead, same earrings, the tears under her eyes, but she's different, and she has a crown on her head of some sort. The same clothes Zelda had on this person, whoever this is. So my theory is, this is my theory, that Zelda and Ganondorf are transforming back. Either Zelda is transforming back into Goddess, how you say her name, Helena,
Hylia.
Hylia, goddess Hylia.
Hold on, I hit
And
some little boards up. Hold on, I'll be right back.
okay, I believe Zelda some kind of way transforms back into goddess Hylia. And I also believe that Ganondorf somehow transformed into his ultimate form, which is demise. That's what I believe we're seeing. I could be wrong. Now, Keith had a theory. How could Hylia be there in Link? If Link is there, I don't know. I have no idea. But I believe this is Goddess Hylia. I think this is Zelda kind of becoming Goddess Hylia, a variation of her. That's what I believe. You see the tear that she had on her neck. Now, what's different is this jewelry right here is not like her jewelry before. So I will note that changed somewhat. But these clothes are the same. This is the same. This is the same. Her eyes are the same. Her face, that's Zelda. That is Zelda, or someone looks really close to Zelda. So this could be the past. This could be the future. I have no idea. But, y'all, we're going to see demise, some variation of demise, and some variation of Goddess Hylia in this game. That's what I believe. That's my theory. Keith, where you at, bro? Come and save me from myself. Anyway, I think he's getting his kids in order. So that's kind of it. I mean, that I wanted to show. There's a little bit more with the champions and all that type of, or their descendants or whatever. It seems like you're going to be also, see right there. Look at that sword. Is the same kind of artwork that was that big old contraption that right here. Let me get back to it. That's the same artwork that's here is in this sword of Link's. It's the exact same look. So you look at this sword of Link's, and then you go back to this big old thing in the wall. It's the exact same design. So I'm taking that this sword Link has to come from this area. Anyway, any other thoughts, Keith, before we get out of here?
No, yeah.
It's a lot, man.
It is a lot. I love what you said about the Hylia, man. I think that's gonna be pretty dope. But I hope it ain't like, oh, I'm finna come up and shoot one beam of power, and then I'm gonna be exhausted. I hate when they do stuff like that. I want to see her go all in. I want to see Zelda be the legend of Zelda.
Yeah, I don't think she's going to save the day, but I think some kind of way Zelda transforms, or that may be a cutscene from the past. I don't think it is a cutscene. I think that's like we see him, like that's clearly not the normal Ganon. It looks like a variation of demise. I believe Link is going to change into something too. Maybe that champion that they talked about, some kind of way he gonna show some changing too. I just have a theory that we finna see some other stuff that they still not showing. But you see, to me, that they're showing some teaming up. There's a lot going on in the background in this scene right here. I don't know what that is over here. Man, it's just a lot. And it's just a lot. And then, of course, we get to this 3-headed dragon that's on that bridge. What else? This is Zelda with the Master Sword with that same jewelry on. But I don't know. Some that seems off. This seems off. This seems like this may be earlier. Keith, I don't know, man. It's just a lot with this trailer. And she says, find me. Link, find me. Please, you gotta find me. So, bruh. Anyway.
In the sky.
Oh man, the 5th of May. The 12th of May can't get here fast enough for me. Oh, is this saying December the 5th? The Nintendo pull a fast one on us? 12:05? No, it's
No,
over.
man, no.
I was 05-12. I guess that's how Japan does it. They put the month after the actual day. But anyway, what y'all think, man? What y'all think? I couldn't play it, but I'm excited. Keith, any thoughts?
I can't wait to play this game. Like I was telling you, and my only, pushback is like I need a more linear focused story, and I want my open world Breath of the Wild type gameplay. I don't, and I want it to be dope, and I want it to be extremely focused because I think they have the opportunity, and I think we said that with Breath of the Wild, they could just got that story just perfect, then you probably would have had a perfect game. So I'm hoping that that's what's going on here. They got a lot of stuff that's going on there. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of surprises, a lot of shocking revelations. Um, yeah, that's pretty much all I got, man. I can't wait to play it. I can't wait to get my hands on it. I'm gonna be real quiet around that time when that game comes out.
Right.
Daddy, why you not talking? I'm playing the game. Y'all can sit here and watch me. Quit asking questions. You gotta go to your room.
Nia said, "You're tempting me to go look at game theories." You think this will be linear? Keith,
No. I'm talking about this. Just the story. I want the story to be linear, like linear focus. You know how Breath of the Wild was. You can go straight to the you can go straight to Calamity Ganon and beat him. Oh no, we ain't gotta do all that. I want an actual real focused story, not the gameplay. I don't want a linear gameplay, but I want a linear focused style story. Like, you know how we always say Ubisoft point A to point B? Well, I kind of want point A to point B after playing Breath of the Wild.
Yeah,
just a little bit.
I don't think this is you can go from point A to Z and go to the final boss. I think that's changed. I think that was with Breath of the Wild. I think they added a storyline that you may be able to go to different parts in whenever you want to, but you got to go to these places and get these items to get to the conclusion that you're trying to get to. I don't think you can get to the boss from the beginning. I don't think that's a part of it because they haven't said that not one time. They haven't pushed that narrative at all. And looking at how much stuff is in this game, I don't think that's their intent with this one. So I think the whole fusing and what is the some hand? What's the hand?
I was gonna call it the God hand. The
Master hand.
Super hand. No,
it's not super hand. It's some hand. Anyway, ultra hand. It's ultra
hand. That sounds right.
Ultra hand and all that is meant to take you a different direction. But I think the story. And kind of what your fear is, you fear. Now, kind of explain that, and then we can get out of here. What your fear is with the story from Breath of the Wild.
Well, the whole Breath of the Wild story was skippable.
Gotcha.
I mean, it was cool to get those flashbacks, but those flashbacks were just that, and they had no impact on the actual game that you were playing. It was cool to see all of the champions speak and talk about all the stuff that they did and show their powers, but it really had no impact. You know what I'm saying? I want more of an impact with this one.
I'm in agreement.
You got this world that they're rebuilding, kind of like the what was that village that we talked about? The
hater.
Not the one from, not that one, but it's another village that you can build
help.
Up.
Yeah, I don't know the name of that one. I know what you're talking about.
I can't think of the name of it. But, I want more of that. I want more of that build up, that more impactful story. Like, let's say Ganondorf comes and he destroys this, and it actually happens in the game that you're playing, and not just a flashback. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or you know what I'm saying? Just I want it to be more impactful and effective.
Right.
And I feel like the story how they told Breath of the Wild was not. You could have did it or you couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? You could have went through every shrine, got all the power up, and skipped every piece of the story.
Nia, boy, I tell you, y'all be on it, boy. Yeah, you got to come on the show.
Encyclopedia.
Yeah, because I don't be knowing none of this.
Look, Nia only talking about DC online, so she's not going to come over here. I'm just playing.
But what's good, Alan Steve? Welcome to the show. I hope you ain't just showing up, but we about to get out of here. But welcome to the show, bro. Yeah, I don't. I think your concerns. I think you can rest comfortable with your concerns. I don't think that's what it's going to be. I think the story is very much tied. To me, the story kind of feels like how Skyward Sword story. Like when you get to certain parts, it triggers dialogue, and because Skyward Sword has story, and it just you have to read it. You have to read the captions. I think it's going to be like that, but it's going to be acted out. So, like when you get to certain places, the story is going to be acted out, and it's going to trigger a cutscene. That's what I believe is going to happen. That actually ties to the story progression. So I don't believe you're going to have to go find any memories. That was whack. That's what made it forgettable. You didn't have to go find it. I don't think that's what they're doing with this one. Everything, to me, seems to be open, yet with a story that's really woven into it. When you get to this place, then it triggers that event and that story and that dialogue. And then when you go over this place, so you don't have to do it in some linear structure, but when you get here and you deal with this group, then that story triggers and you talk and so you may get that weapon or that tier or whatever you need there first, but it's going to be, you get the story and the whole happenings that's happening there, it triggers that. And then when you get over here, it triggers that. But I think at a certain point, it gets linear and you got to go here, 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 here. I think it's going to happen like that at one point. It's going to be in the open world of Breath of the Wild, but you still got to go to places in that world. In that order, too. I believe that's going to happen in this game towards the end.
I hope so.
Yeah, that's what I see, man. It's just too much to just say, go do what you want to do. I don't believe that's
right.
I don't believe that's what they kicking. They notice they have not said that not one time. They didn't say just go do what you want to do. No, they seem to be suggesting they want you to follow a path. It's just not necessarily linear in the sense that you got to go A, B, C, D. You can go A, D, C, E if you want to, or A, D, then jump back to B, then jump to E. But it's all within that story, and it's going to trigger those events and those conversations and all the stuff that's happening. So I also believe that first trailer we got way back in the day. It probably is the opening scene now that I think about it. That probably is the opening scene where they underground and they own the elephant on the bulls or whatever they own, and you see the mice and all that, and then the malice. I think that may possibly be the opening scene. So
it could be because they if tradition serves, they got to give us some sort of tutorial with all of the powers before we go off into the world.
Right. So yeah, I think that possibly is the opening. I don't know if anybody remember that, but I'm not gonna pull it up. But anyway, any final thoughts? I thought we held it down tonight. Mario to Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. Man, I think everybody hyped. Any final words, Keith?
No, I think tonight was a really good show. I think, Mario came through and came out strong, busting heads. And Zelda ended the show just like it's going to end the Switch, and we're going to go on the Switch too. Yeah, I said it. What you going to do about it?
we apologize that the ninjas came through and shut us down, but we got back up as fast as we could. I want to send a shout out to all those that tuned in tonight. Nia, Dark Sun Rider, DJ Fanatic, aka what is DJ Fanatic's real name? Anyway, DJ Fanatic, you know who you is. Who else is in here? This is a new person. How do you say her name? Faris? I don't know how to say that. If we're going towards a Smash Brothers movie, do we want them to do an Earthbound movie? That would be dope too. Yeah,
I missed that one. That one.
Who is that? How you say that name?
Don't know. Flourish. I bet folks be having a field day when we be trying to say these names.
Yeah. So who else is in here? There's a few people in here on tonight. Some in the other part when we got dropped was over there. It was names Hard and Son, Heart and Soul 72. Shout out to you. Who else is up in this joint? There's a few other guys. Alan Steed. Anyway, if I miss you, I apologize. Blame it on the mind, not the heart. We really appreciate all you guys. That was first name basis. That's who I'm thinking of. DJ Fanatic, first name basis. So, with that being said, this was the show. 2 parts. Go back and check out the Mario part from the beginning. Then jump over here and watch this one as well. We enjoyed it, folks. We'll be back next week. Me and Keith again, holding it down. I don't think K-Bum will be back until a week later. He over in the Greece. He sent us a picture, boy. That picture was immaculate. So, really anyway,
it came straight out of Zelda,
bro. It did. So anyway, this was the show for tonight. Y'all be blessed. Stay safe. We'll see y'all on the flip side of the week. Till then, deuces.
But we got